Fortnite's new change, or should I say their change to the change, is ruining Fortnite. So, Fortnite is a game that I've been very off and on with, depending on the season, depending on the changes. I got pretty back into it within the last couple months, and especially after a pretty big patch came to the game that made a pretty huge gameplay change that I really enjoyed. And this is a patch or a change that pretty much the whole community really liked. In fact, it is often heralded as one of the best changes ever made to Fortnite by the community because it actually has that much support. But unfortunately, Epic has decided that, you know, they're gonna take that out of the game. And what's weird is that Epic is the company that most of us know as the most responsive to the community. This is one of those companies that we haven't really seen on such a scale in so long. And what I mean by that is, you look at a lot of game development companies, they get so much feedback, but very little of it actually makes its way into the development process and actually really makes change. I mean, I'm a Call of Duty fan. That's what most of my channel is about. I mean, let's be honest, if the Call of Duty community's feedback actually really mattered, you know, supply drops and things like that would be gone from the game. We'd be playing a Modern Warfare game like MW2 or MW3, we'd be having Black Ops 2 remastered, things like that, right? So, you look at most game companies and they just, I guess, don't really include the community that much into how the game works. But Epic has generally been different. In Fortnite, a lot of the community input really does matter. When creators and streamers speak out about issues, generally that input is weighted. When the community is so passionate about something, or they want something in so bad, or they have, you know, such a strong feeling about something, Epic has been one of the companies that kind of pioneers such a quick change. I mean, the game gets updated basically weekly with new content and patches and things like that. But recently they've fallen off because there is an insane amount of the community that absolutely hates the change that they've brought by taking back what they did so good for the game. Ninja and virtually every other content creator has spoken out negatively about this change. The community literally has spammed Revert thousands of times on every single Fortnite post. It's insane how much actual backlash there is against Epic removing all of the things that they brought to the game that the community liked. And honestly, I think it's ruining Fortnite for a lot of people. So if you don't follow Fortnite, or you just haven't played in a while, which apparently a lot of you have done, I know a lot of people who quit back in like Season 5 and things like that who still watch my videos, but they made a change called siphoning into the game, and this was only a couple weeks ago that they did this. Basically what it did is, let's say, you know, you kill somebody, right? So you get a kill, you eliminate that player. You get 50 health and you get 50 shield, just for getting that kill. On top of that, they drop, I think, 50 of every single mat type for you to pick up. And this made the game a lot better for several different reasons. The first one is that, well, for players like me, and I'm not good, okay, let me be honest, I'm really not that good at Fortnite, but it was really nice being able to rely on the fact that if you got a kill, you would be rewarded. If you got a kill, you would get 50 health and 50 shield. That way you didn't have to sit there basically vulnerable for like 20 seconds and heal up and shield up again. You didn't have to carry this ridiculous amount of healing and shields and stuff in your inventory. And it really just made everything a lot more fluid. It brought a lot to the gameplay that I think was super undervalued by Epic. But on top of that, it really fixed a lot of problems with having to farm mats. Now, one of the things I've always hated about Fortnite is that, you know, half of the game is basically you just hitting something with a pickaxe, or something like that, or depending on your cosmetic, of course. If you want to have enough mats really to get through a match and build and stuff like that and win gunfights, you have to farm a lot, and it takes a lot of time up. And honestly, I don't know about you guys, but I find hitting a fucking tree 6 times to get some wood, I find that pretty boring. Especially in a game that's supposed to be like high action, high octane. The thing about like, because people kept, I brought this up and people are like, oh, but you do it in Minecraft and things like that. Which I never understand, because Minecraft is a laid back game. I'm completely fine with sitting there for 20 minutes and mining in Minecraft, but in a game like Fortnite that's supposed to be, you know, fast action battle royale gameplay, where there's always a circle closing in, I don't generally find that fun. I'm out there looking to actually play the game. And another thing that this change brought was a mat cap at 500 mats for each type. And it also increased the gathering speed for things like this, which made farming a lot less tedious. Well, they decided, you know, a couple weeks ago at this point, that they were going to take all of this out of the main modes of the game. Now, as far as I understand, these have been parts of the competitive play of Fortnite for a long time now, but they just recently put it into like the main modes, like solo, duo, squads, things like that. And honestly, it was pretty well received by the entire community. I mean, like I said, I'm pretty bad at the game. I'm really not that good at Fortnite. But even I was like, you know what, this is a really good change. This makes the game a lot more fun, it makes it more fluid, it rewards players for being good at the game. But on March 27th, Epic decided that they were going to release an update that completely took all of this back out of these modes. So even though this update was very well received by the community, even just the regular community, the players who aren't even really that great at the game, we're not talking about like the sweaty tryhards and the streamers, they liked it too, but it's kind of insane that they would make a move like this. And the funny thing is, they released this arena mode and whatnot that has all of these things in it, but the thing is it's insane, because the skill-based matchmaking in that ends up breaking if you're actually good enough at the game, because as you get better and better, you have to wait through longer queue times. So if you're like one of the top tier players in the game, God knows how long you're gonna have to wait just to play with a better version of Fortnite, honestly. Now, Epic did release a response, okay? They said the reason that they removed all these changes is because, quote, "We feel that the change has resulted in an unhealthy level of aggressive play, diminishing other viable strategies." The thing is, and okay, I used to be one of these people because I am bad at Fortnite. I used to be one of these people who was like, you know, they need to make changes to the game that kind of help the worst players, but I've come to more of a realization that, you know, the game shouldn't be rewarding you for being bad. They shouldn't be making changes to promote bad players, because I don't like that in Call of Duty. That's one of my biggest pet peeves with COD, is that they appeal to the worst players and they give them all these handouts and shit that basically make it to where they won't quit the game after 2 seconds. So in Fortnite's case, all of these changes that were made that apparently made the game too aggressive were positively received even by the regular community, so I'm not sure why this is even a problem. So the thing about games like Fortnite is you're supposed to be playing aggressive. The game is completely, the whole concept of Fortnite is an aggressive game. I mean, goddamn, you literally are competing with 99 other players with all these different guns to be the last person alive, okay, with all these different items on this massive map, right, where literally a massive storm circle closes in randomly on the map. You can't just sit in one corner of the map the entire match and survive, okay? You have to move, you have to play aggressive, you're gonna run into other players regardless. The game is literally an aggressive game. That's the entire point of a game like Fortnite. If you're playing Fortnite and you don't want to play aggressively, and you want to sit in a 5-story tower on the edge of the map and you think that that should be the entire gameplay, you're just not going to get that in a game like Fortnite. And we shouldn't be making updates that the community likes completely get taken out just because you don't want the worst players to get completely fucking demolished, okay? That's not right. And it especially doesn't make sense considering that this update actually pretty much helps the worst players if you think about it in a lot of different ways. They're not going to get destroyed when farming for mats for 25 minutes, okay? The mats are capped, so that brings a lot of benefits to people who can't build because, well, there's going to be a little bit less building. I mean, people are still going to build regardless, but building is not as bad as it used to be, which was one of my big pet peeves with the game, is that people would build a 9-story tower and stuff, but over time, you know, you adapt to things like that if you actually enjoy the game and play it. And that's the thing, okay? Fortnite is making these changes, in my opinion, for people who aren't truly big fans of the game. If people are bound to quit after 30 seconds of playing and never play again because they got destroyed, you know, you're not making the game for those people. You're making the game for the people who play it and love it and enjoy it. And those people have overwhelmingly agreed with the changes that you made when it came to siphoning. We all enjoyed that kind of change to the game. It made it better. So I don't understand why they ever decided to make this change and take all this stuff out of the game. And it's ruined Fortnite for me. I don't want to play it anymore, if I'm being honest. Unless they revert this update or they make another good update or something, I don't want to play, because I feel like one of the best updates that they've ever made to the game has been unfairly taken from the community. The game is a lot worse off because of it. When you get such a good update and you get so used to playing a game in such a good way, and it has all these good changes made to it, and then the company just takes it all back, you know, you feel a little bit cheated, if that makes sense. And the scariest part about this to me is how unresponsive they've been to such backlash from the community. I mean, Epic has been known for when the community doesn't like something, they quickly change it. They quickly make an update or a patch that kind of changes it, or they just vault the item or whatever if it doesn't really fit into the meta, things like that. But it's been, let's see, it's been over 2 weeks now. Okay, it's been over 2 weeks. They already brought that respawn bus thing into the game, so they already have other items in the game that are going to help players who aren't as good at the game. You know, why can't we get the change that the whole community wants? You know, why can't we get that update back that the community loved? And that scares me because it's been 2 weeks and they haven't announced that they're going to change it. They haven't changed it yet. I'm afraid that this is going to be a permanent thing. And there's always this argument that, well, Fortnite is you can't play Fortnite casually. I understand that, but see, the thing is there's modes like Team Rumble and stuff which are a lot more casual. They're a little bit more friendly to people who aren't as good at the game. They bring out all kinds of different limited time modes. I wish they would make Classic a permanent playlist, which apparently they didn't, because I think that would alleviate a lot of that issue for people who want to play it casually and they don't want to play the newer updates because they feel that they're sweaty. But at the same time, there's a lot of different ways that you can actually kind of take that side into consideration that don't include taking away one of the better updates to the game. It's sad to see, man, and I really hope that they decide to make a change, because I don't want to stop playing Fortnite because I like playing it, but if it's going to keep getting to this point where they're just ignoring the fans' feedback and we're literally playing an inferior version of Fortnite just because, I don't want to do that, man. I can't enjoy a game where, you know, they do things like that. I'm sorry, I just can't. So, Epic, if you somehow stumble across this video, please just do what the community wants. Can we please just get what the community wants? Like, you guys have been heralded as these guys, okay? This has been your thing. You guys have been so good at this in the past. Don't ruin your relationship with your fans over some bad players, please. Thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here. Follow me over on Twitter at SubToOptimus. I post memes, thoughts, and updates over there. It's a surefire way to get notifications of my newest content. Join the Discord down below. Lots of great things going on down there as well. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, wondering why Fortnite hasn't reverted, and signing out.